Hello. I was about to go to bed because I work tomorrow morning, as every other day of the week, and at the last second I decided to watch one more YouTube video, and I watched A Message to All Record Store Owners Rent by Sean0612. I was so inspired because he asked us if we have a story. I just wanted to share a few memories that rushed back to my head about bad experiences with record sellers. And I'm too inspired to wait for tomorrow, so let's go with this. The eBay thing. What pisses me off the most, and that's an important fact you should add, but I think I've seen it in some comments, is that eBay prices are totally pointless, worthless, if you don't check the finished auctions and the ones in green, the ones that sold for that price. And still that's different, because on eBay you have the entire world as your customer base. As for your store, people have to drive up to your store, or in the yard sale you have to get up at 5 a.m. and have an early breakfast and go in your car, waste gas, drive around, look for yard sales, and then bam, finally, hey, a yard sale with records. And you bend over and go through the dust and check the records and find something, and then they say, no, that one I want to sell on eBay. And well, that pisses me off, because okay, fine, you want that much for the record because you saw it at that price on eBay. Go ahead, put it on eBay. Don't put it in your darn yard sale or in your record store if you want eBay prices. Because for eBay prices, first of all, you have to go fishing because you put a record which is the bait, and you wait for days, weeks, months for a sucker to bite and pay an expensive price for a record that's worth way less than that. But and then you have to pack the thing. If you do find a sucker to buy the record at a high price, you have to put on send it. You have to figure out, first of all, how much it costs to ship it to wherever the buyer lives. You have to find the packaging material. You have to go to the post office and you have to ship it. If you want to go through all that trouble, fine. But if all you want to do is put an ad on Kijiji and get up Saturday morning, put your crap on the table, and spend the day watching your crap bake under the sun and try to get a few bucks, don't expect eBay prices. It won't work. But I've seen worse in terms of record store experiences. The worst experience I ever had. I regret not doing what I should have done. I didn't have the nerve, but I should have done it. I was looking at records in the store, and I happened to be quite near the cash register at that specific point. There were records not too far from the counter at the entrance of the store in Montreal. Enters a customer with a stack of records to sell. Now that always gets my curiosity, because I don't know how to react. Do I wait until I see if the record store owner will buy them or not? And do I chase the guy leaving the store and see what he has and look at it, and maybe I would find something for $1 each, maybe? But what happened is that the guy didn't take the records and go in the back store, or go in the back store with the customer, whatever. He did it right there on the counter at the entrance of the store. Start going to the records. I couldn't help but watch. Then I saw some extremely rare stuff go by, and he would make a pile of the very, very good stuff and pass the rest. And what he offered for the pile of records to the customer was so insulting. It came to less than, I vaguely recall it came less than 25 cents a record or something ridiculous. And some of these records, I knew how much they were worth, and I knew how much they would put them up, because those records were more interesting than everything in the shelves of the store. And $20, $30 records, and they were offering just a few pennies. And what I should have done, first of all, I was insulted that they didn't hide that fact from us, and they should have gone in the back store. But what I should have done is whispered in the ear of the customer and offered him double what they were offering him if he left right away with every record, not just the ones like the store did not the both piles, the ones the record store owner wanted and didn't want. And I should have offered him, but for sure I would have been banned for life if I would have done such a thing. But if I had more nerve, I would have said to the store owners, next time do that in the back store. It's very insulting for us to see you give a few pennies for these $20-30 records. It's really frustrating, because that's the other thing. That's the second worst experience I ever had was trying to set up properly exactly how it happened, but it was a big store that's now gone, long gone. They had a lot of records, a lot of crap on their shelves, and I had a few records to sell them. They had a section in the back store, and I went there, and they were looking at my pile of records, and there was another stack of records on the counter, and I couldn't help looking at them. And of course, they were like 10 times better than anything on the shelves. And he said, no, those are for a guy we know. And that also was very insulting. They were keeping their good stuff for their special customers that had to go through them first before they could put prices on them and put them on the shelf, which totally destroys the value of crate digging in those specific stores, because you won't find the rare gem you've been looking for. It's already being put aside for somebody special. You're not special, you're nobody, you're nothing. And I hate that. Yeah, to come back to the topic of your video, the record store experience, the eBay pricing thing is bull crap, and not just for records, but for anything you find in yard sales and flea markets. Like, if you want eBay prices, sell on eBay. Okay, if you just put stuff in a box in a yard sale or the flea market, or if you have a record store, yes, you have a rent to pay and everything. But if you're going to use YouTube, eBay, to price your records, like Sean said, don't do it in front of the customers. That's insulting. But do try it. If you're a customer and you do find records that have no prices, do try it to go, and maybe they if they're smart, they'll make a good price. It happened to me once, over a decade ago, a bunch of Elvis reissues from 1978. And I found a whole bunch of them just in one pile, and 5 of them were not priced. And I managed to get them for $1.99, which is extremely cheap for a record store downtown Montreal. And the guy was really nice, because there was one that was priced at $2.99, and I got 5 that had no prices on them, and they decided to make them at $1.99. So it's kind of neat. But yeah. Stay clear from people who use eBay to price their records anyways, because unless it can bite them in the butt, because if they don't know what they have and the record is not on eBay that week or that day that they check the records, sometimes it can be the other way. Maybe what they let's say they find they have a rare special issue of a record, and they go on eBay, but they only look up the ordinary regular issue of the record. They don't know better, and they price it at $3-5, but the copy they have happens to be a rare copy, but they don't know that. That could also bite them in the ass. So anyway, so thank you, Sean, for your interesting video, and I hope you enjoyed my reply.